I grew up as a very independent person. I learned early on to rely on myself. I spent a lot of time, as many of you know, I spent 21 years in the military. Again, as a very independent person, even though the military is very team-oriented, you tend to, I guess our personalities, certainly my personality was one that I could do just about anything on my own. And that was actually my training. My job title in the military was independent duty medical technician. I was trained to operate in austere environments by myself, no matter what the environment was. And so it took me a long time. I've always struggled with working in teams. I shouldn't say I really struggled with it. It's just, it wasn't natural to me. I would have to kind of reset my thinking about how to operate in a team, not realize that I'm not always the smartest guy in the room. That other people have a lot of experiences that I don't have, and that we could expand upon. We could kind of, join together and solve issues with. And that even carried on after my military life into my civilian life, when I ran ambulance services and would work major events. Mardi Gras parades are a good example of that. I had to learn, I had in my mind how we could provide ample coverage and emergency medical support to large venues like Pass Christian Parade or the Biloxi Night Parade. In my mind, I knew what needed to be done. But I really had to quickly come around to the realization that I didn't have all the details. I didn't know everything about that. I had a set of information, that I was working off of, but I didn't have all the pieces of the puzzle. So I was able to realize that, fortunately, before anything adverse occurred, and I was able to bring in people who had the right pieces of the puzzle, and we were able to create a team and to address those issues, be prepared for anything, and be very successful at it. We actually were very, very successful at what we did, and that continued into my spiritual side as well. I've always, again, being a very independent person, I like to think I know everything. Obviously, I don't. So it took me a while to, as we were on our journey, especially here at Crossroads and at our church before, when we were in Atlanta, we would, I didn't want to get involved in Sunday school. I just felt like I could do this on my own. I'd go to church, but I could study the Bible on my own. But I quickly learned, when I got invited to Sunday school here by Lee Brumfield. Lee pestered me. He just pestered me until I accepted the fact that I needed to check out Sunday school. And let me tell you, when we got into that classroom and I met the people in that room, and I could see their level of experience and knowledge that I wasn't even close to, they were able to dramatically help me expand on my spiritual knowledge, my biblical knowledge. And to this day, every time I walk into a room with those people in that classroom or into our community groups, we can share our experiences, we can share what we've learned, we can, there's so many people in this congregation that have so much more knowledge about, and wisdom and experience about the Bible and spiritual things and their faith journey, that have just boosted me significantly. I can't even begin to describe how different my journey has been since the day I stepped through the doors at Crossroads. I feel fulfilled when I'm here. People gather around me. People, they're just there for you, no matter what the situation is. Whether you're learning a new chapter in the Bible, studying a new chapter in the Bible, or whether you have a personal issue or a family issue, those people are there for you, and They reach out, they help you out, they help educate you. They're just a shoulder to cry on if you need a shoulder to cry on. It's amazing the difference it makes in your life when you have those people around you. And when you can, and the more that you're around them, the closer you get, the more of a family you become. You know, when we first got here, we were another face in the crowd. But very, very quickly, we became members of the family. And our community group and our community group in the Sunday school class, you know, it's like being in a family. You have the congregation. I see the congregation as our entire family, but the Sunday school group and our community group, they're more like our brothers and sisters. Everybody else are cousins, aunts, and uncles. You know, we know them, we love them, we have a lot of respect for them, we learn a lot from them. But our brothers and sisters gather around us and they support us. They just boost us and keep us where we need to be. We couldn't do this without them. Certainly we could try, but we would not be successful. So we wouldn't trade a minute of the time that we've had here at Crossroads working with our community groups and our small groups. We won't step away from that for a second. And I would encourage you, if you're not involved in a Sunday school class, get involved in Sunday school class. If you don't know how to find a Sunday school class, ask somebody. We'll help you. And if we can't help you find one, we'll help you make one. And the same thing goes with community groups. The community groups that we have here at Crossroads, they're phenomenal people, and they all are seeking the same thing. And you've heard two heads are better than one. Well, 3 or 4 or 5 are better than 2. So I would encourage you, get involved. Find a group, find a Sunday school class. But this really is a place where you can call yourself home, and you can find a lot of like-minded people that help you through your issues.